Good day, good night, all. Welcome back. Returning guest, Daniel Williams. Welcome to the broadcast. How art thou, sir?
Noble, thank you for having me. It's great to be back. And yes, I am sitting outside the Vegas casino right now. I get my betting addiction on, got to get that fix. It's nice and early here in the morning, but no, I was only joking. I'm currently here for a teammate of mine fighting on the Dana White Contender Series, going to be a big name in the future for the bantamweight division, Cody Haddon. And I've just been, training partner for him, going to corner him, and he's just made weight. So today's going to be a good day.
Definitely. The battle of the scales has been completed. It's just time for fun now. So how much longer does he have to wait till the actual bout itself takes place? Is it a couple
So
hours?
yeah, so it's the 24. It's probably about 30 hours before his actual fight. So weighing in the morning, he'll fight tomorrow afternoon, Vegas time. So yeah, he's got a bit of time to just chill out. I mean, he's a professional. It's easy work for him. He doesn't cut too much weight in general, so
Yeah.
he's just gonna chill out, eat, and then just gonna enjoy the Vegas sun,
The Vegas sun and heat.
keep the winning streak going in the
Exactly.
casino, in the fight, and
Yeah.
keep,
I
keep
like
going.
I like the positive energy, man. Trustfully, this would fully translate. Obviously, you say he's got the skills, he's got the desire, he's got the tenacity. This is the little slash big stage now. I guess he's fought quite a lot on the regional scene.
He was my first MMA experience. All 30 seconds of it took me down, got my back, choked me out. He's very good at those types of finishes as a finishing fighter. And his only loss is to Steve Ursig, which was his second or third pro fight, when Steve was a veteran knocking on the UFC door. And it's still, for Australia, still probably the best fight that Australia has seen. It was a very close fight. So
Wow.
that was very early in his career, and so now it's just definitely a name to watch. Like, I don't say that about anyone. Like, it's just
Yeah.
definitely a name to watch.
Good. We'll definitely be looking out for that. I don't tend to look out for this because there's so much combat sports to watch.
Yeah, of course, of
Dana
course.
White's Contender Series, I don't necessarily watch, but I will be definitely looking out for this young man.
Yeah,
I'd be
it's a
happy
good.
to.
I was say it's a good pro. Like, it's got a good. So former Contender Series fighters that are champions now. Of course, Sean O'Malley started on the Contender Series.
Mm,
Um, who else? Who got Bo Nickel? Bo Nickel's had a couple of outings on. There's quite a few actually. It's like
there's a
a good
few.
little, it's
Yeah.
good place to see the future champ in my eyes, because it's not an easy road to get there, and it's a lot of pressure on the line as well, getting
It
that contract.
it it definitely is. It definitely is. It's a nice stepping stone. Obviously, there are the feeder organizations which UFC has, but to have that their own sort of branded feeder sort of situation where they'll say, look, if you make it here, then we're going to give you a contract. You know,
Yep,
Sometimes if you're not exciting, stay in a mate
yep,
site, you might go to the PFL, but trustfully, it'll all make sense and it will manifest and we'll get the victory. We'll get the victory.
yeah. Like, I mean, we've just seen like Mohamed Makayev,
Oh,
not
no.
get rid. I mean, there might be news coming out. I know he's signed something, but it's pretty, interesting to see what Dana said after the fight. Like, it won't be re-signing him because his contract's come to an end. And
Yeah.
that's someone who's undefeated, and just obviously Dana doesn't like a few things about him. Maybe the boring, maybe no, not exciting enough, or maybe it's difficult to deal with. But a few
It's
rumors floating about.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't necessarily say I mean, he's obviously very grapple heavy,
Yeah,
and depending on who you are as a mixed martial arts or combat
yep,
sports fan, you will like it or you'll hate it. I
absolutely,
understand that,
yeah,
Danny, but he's winning. He's undefeated. I,
exactly.
from what I understand and from what I've heard, it's more of the outside of the poor sportsmanship of what led up to the fight, the ultimate fight. It's ridiculous. You're paid, you sign a contract. This is my opponent. You're not supposed to sucker punch your opponent before the
Yeah,
fight. Yeah, come, let's
uh,
take a photograph and let's sucker punch. All of that is ridiculous. I mean,
yeah,
now to his defense, he's a young lad. You know, he hasn't got the experience, he hasn't got the maturity, but someone in his camp should have said to him, look, we've signed the contract, look where we are, we're at the pinnacle of where we are need to be sports promotion wise. Let's not mess it up. Let the action talk inside the cage. But then we get to the cage, Danny, and what was happening in the first round?
Spot on. Yeah, exactly. Not much. Not what we would have been. Not what we've been sold in the lead
Yes,
up.
indeed, indeed. It's an odd one. It would have been nice. I think he's signed to Brave from what I've seen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the. Yeah. Okay, that's the one. I
I
think
made
that's what. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking one would have been a good fit, but that wasn't even in the
But he's a manager. I know his manager's definitely not keen on White Light. I know his manager. Yeah, he's had issues with one fighters. Like he's fighters before being on one, so that would probably be a big sway. And
okay.
yeah, I just think he's going to stick on Brave. If that's the case, he'll have maybe one fight with Brave and then be straight back in there. Yeah,
You reckon
see,
just the one?
maybe one, maybe two. I don't know. I just think he's too much of a he's winning, right? So
Yes.
we'll see. We'll see. I think that's probably what Dana wants to just make a stance. Like you can't be playing
Mm,
up like that, and then get him fighting the regional or the Brave promotion, and then have a win, and get straight back in the UFC.
indeed. Teach him a lesson kind of thing. Look, you've messed
Yeah,
up. Here's your punishment now,
yeah,
Trust me, you'll learn from it, kids, as Dana says. You're a kid, these kids, man.
yeah. Hey, just put a little bit of stock on his name. A lot of people that didn't know about him just because of all the drama now is, why is he not re-signed? Like,
Yeah.
it's built him up a little bit, and it is a business at the end of the day, the fight business.
Sports entertainment, as they call it. Sports entertainment.
Exactly.
Hmm. So yeah, it's
So,
it's it, it's bloody interesting. It's an interesting landscape at the moment. Very interesting landscape. Um, we had Kyra France, if I can get my teeth back in, like do something which I never expected he would have ever have done.
I know. I know he like going into the fight. I'm a Steve fan. He's a neighbor of mine. Grew up in the same town. I trained
Mm,
with him, and he's just like his mixed martial arts game is amazing. Like he's good everywhere. And I just felt he took too much risk staying on the feet too long. Should have mixed it up a bit earlier because Kai is always going to be dangerous on the feet. He's got that one shot, right?
definitely.
So I know Steve's going to be gutted about that. And that's the fight game.
It is, and this is what the casuals unfortunately fail to realize, and the millimeters, the milliseconds, all it takes is literally
Oh, yep.
one punch to change the whole complexion and landscape of a fight. It almost seems of sorts that Steve gets to the pinnacle, and when all the lights are shining on him, he doesn't necessarily pull it out the bag. Not so much in his first attempt at the title, because many people say he won that. In this, we didn't even get a chance to see him actually, do anything of sorts.
Mm. Yeah, it's such a fine line, isn't it? So I think like it's just timing. Maybe it's not his time, but definitely has the skills. And I guess it's just different level. Hey, just those championship level fights. It's
Yeah,
a different level. Not
very
not
true.
too much room for mistakes at all. Like you said, it's just very minuscule. Got to be on top.
100%, 100%. And it's good for Kai to come back after that layoff, because he was supposed to have fought Starboy as well before, and that got called off due
Yeah.
to his injury. So he's done very good coming back and
Oh,
having a performance like that.
yeah. Yeah. I think he'll be putting up. There'll be title contention talks just with that performance, and he's you never count out an experienced fighter. Like he's been in the game for a long time.
Yeah. I didn't appreciate how much experience he had over Steve. It's almost
Yeah.
double the experience in essence, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But again,
I
to
remember
Steve,
Kai was huge name in the Oceania region, Australia, New Zealand. Like I remember when before I started, he was like before I started MMA, his name was always on the top for our region.
Yeah, congratulations to him, man. Congratulations. Steve's got plenty of time, plenty more
Yeah.
experience. And with, as you know, as a fighter, with any loss, it's experience, isn't it? And
Oh, of course.
it's a number, right? Ultimately, it's a number. You want the wins to be up there versus the losses, but it's a number. It especially in your game, Muay Thai and kickboxing, it's competitive. You want to be turning it around as quickly as possible. I want another fight. I want another fight. I want to get that bad taste out of my mouth and let's go again, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Spot on.
It's obviously it's a lot more taxing on the body. I mean, there's mixed martial arts is the most they can generally fight in the year would be 4 to 5. I think maybe a few at a high level could do maybe 6 fights a year, and that's a
Yeah.
lot, man.
That's why anyone that has like big records on MMA, like respect. It's for someone like me who stepped into the sport a bit late after career, like there's just so much to learn and so much to train, and it's like I've never had like switching codes. I've never been like so injured before, or it's just a lot to cram in for the week.
So
So
much.
hard getting there. It's really hard getting there.
It's fun though, right?
Oh, that's what exactly. It's the funnest thing.
That's
Yeah.
it. So transition. Actually, before we transition to yourself in more detail, what were your thoughts on the main event itself? And Israel. I'll just lay the table for you. I thought Israel is definitely past his prime per se, but he looked very good. I thought
Yeah.
that I thought because of the press conference and him crying and being so emotional and stuff, I thought that would have taken his mind somewhere else, but he showed up.
Yeah, it was exactly right. A lot of emotions before the fight, and he really did. I was actually quite shocked how I thought he was, staying on top, looked calm and composed, and yeah, Drickus just got him. I just didn't like a few of the big shots that he got. Felt like it's just didn't like those.
Power, power. He stood his ground. He didn't advance as much as I would have thought because the first round and second round, I'm thinking, it's pretty competitive, but Dricus isn't necessarily fighting how he normally fights. He's normally pressure, pressure, pressure. But as
Yeah,
he said in the press conference, he stood his
yeah,
grounds and allowed Izzy to work himself up into a frenzy. In essence, the game plan, like you've got to congratulate it. He did a tremendous job,
yeah.
and he finished him by submission. Who else has done
Yes,
that?
exactly. No one's done that before. First I've seen him, man. And Drickus is just one of those fighters, right? Just mentally just wanted it more. Like he just looks exhausted in the fight, but he just keeps pushing, just
Yeah,
staying true to his goal and what he wants. So yeah, he's a dangerous man.
he definitely is. He definitely is. I Dana said he wants the Strickland rematch. That will be interesting. Some people say Strickland won that, and
Yeah,
Dricus didn't necessarily win. It'd be nice to run that back. I think
it'll
Robert,
be nice, very nice to do that.
Mr. Whittaker himself, I think he deserves. He's done, he stepped up
Yeah,
for the UFC and helped them out and stuff. I think it's time they helped him out a bit as well now.
yeah.
Um,
I think that's what Yeah, he wanted that fight. Hey, he said Rob deserved it the most, or
yeah,
something like that.
it's good. He's gonna be up there for a bit now. He's got that strap, a South African champion.
Mm.
Obviously, as I said earlier, anything can happen in mixed martial arts, in combat sports.
Yeah,
But if he stays true and stays as laser focused, I've never seen Dricus so focused in the lead up to this bout. Outside of the crazy stuff about being the true African and all this silly stuff, he was like laser focused on the task at hand. And congratulations to him as well.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, spot on there. He was definitely laser focused.
Nothing was going to stop him from as he's in his eyes, which is a good point, actually. You go in as a champion, but technically, once that bell rings, you're not the champion of sorts. You are the champion defending the belt, but you're also fighting to retain that as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. And yeah, exactly. Once that cage door closes, everything else kind of whatever he's got or you got, you just in there to survive.
A good old knees up, and knees up and elbows up, everything. All of the 8
Yeah.
limbs plus submissions involved, no eye gouging. It's it's the beautiful, sweet arts of mixed martial arts.
That's it. Everything. Oh, everything. That's the
Everything
beauty of it.
goes.
That's what drawn me to MMA. Just being, yeah, everything. You're locked in a room with someone. Like
Yeah.
MMA is, yeah, be the one.
I watched a highlight, I think it was today actually, before I left to go out on the roads. And it was a highlight. I don't know who the opponent is, and I've never seen this before, but it was, do you remember Manhoof?
Yep.
Malvin, yes?
Nope.
Malv, yeah. So he was fighting like a judoka or something. This is obviously going back to, I would imagine, the early thousands or mid thousands. And he was piecing this guy up. The joke, I'm thinking, okay, what we showing here, that the fact that the judoka is not good at striking, so he's getting lit up for a good period of time until he gets in close. he
Right.
gets he gets Manahoof to the ground and gets him in an armbar, and he taps.
Okay. Yeah, that rings a bell. That does ring a bell.
It's
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, like my first experience. Yeah, exactly. Like being here with him now is pretty crazy with Cody, but it's just like as soon as on the ground, if you don't know what you're doing, you you're a fish out of water. Jeez.
and there's so many, and it's not just okay. As you're learning and getting your experience, you learn the submission, you learn the defense, and there's hundreds, thousands, and there's variations to these submissions and stuff. So once you've learned one, but then when people can chain the submissions together, not necessarily always concentrating on the neck, they'll go to another part because if your body's here, they'll go for the arm, then they'll go to another part of the body to manipulate.
Yeah. And then you add in some sort of strikes with that, and it's just a whole other game. And that's actually great. Like right now, training with Cody's team and being there myself now, training there. They're more very like MMA grappling, so it's not just like straight jiu-jitsu class or straight wrestling. It's
Yeah.
actually like grappling for MMA, and that's yeah, different there. So I'm very grateful to be able to actually hone in on those skills. Something that should have been done many years ago, but just get a bit more focus for MMA for grappling rather than
Mm.
getting used or sitting in guard and stuff like that for jiu-jitsu. It's just you learn some bad habits.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that because you do rely on guards, staying in guard, passing guards, rather than the mixing it all up.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm kind of good. I'm kind of slick off my back of sorts. I can maybe pull off, a triangle choke. I can maybe do. No, we need to get back up to your feet and do what you're best at. Forget all that
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
So I guess so you're clearly adding more tools to the belt. Um,
Oh yeah.
what does the future hold, competition wise? Are we looking at more coming back Muay Thai kickboxing, or are we coming back MMA?
Originally, like yeah, in perfect world, that's what I wanted to do. Stick with the stand-up sports, particularly Muay Thai, because I haven't had a Muay Thai fight since the Rod Tank fight, and
Yeah.
that was in a division above. So I've always kind of had in my mind, I even written it down on have this vision board. Well, my goals, right, for my martial arts career. Muay Thai was always first when I
Mm,
stepped into the championship, but I haven't had those opportunities. I've been more kind of just want this fight, MMA fight, yep, kind of
mm,
thing. Because I always know in my mind like there's still a lot of work to be done to just gain that confidence, right? It's not good going into these MMA fights knowing that oh shit, if I get taken down, like I'm trying to cram in all these extra training before the fight. Shouldn't be like that at all. Should be really, something that I know now. I can't go into MMA fights like that. Need to really hone in on those grappling skills, and which I'm doing now. So just give me the confidence to compete in MMA again. I'm definitely not done with that. Just I understand it's just going to be a lot of work. I got time. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself, and
Yeah.
honing in on those MMA skills. I look to get back in a couple of months. So look like October be the next scrap.
Excellent.
Yeah, with now, having a good training partner and a gym, working on those weaknesses. Yeah, that's in a good position at the moment from where I was a few months back. Thinking like, nah. I actually moved to like a country town.
Okay.
So there's not much crap. There's not the only gym there was Muay Thai. And I'm like, that's sweet. That's all I want to do now anyway. But now, because being caught up to be a training partner for Cody.
Yeah.
And I jumped on that opportunity, and now I'm learning my weaknesses again, which I know what I need to do if I'm going to compete in MMA again. So it's just cool to be able to it's a bit of a change of scene again. Like, all right, only Muay Thai. This is the gym. This is where I live.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, okay, I'm open to everything, because you go to training, you have good time there, you learn a little bit, start to build that confidence again.
Yes. Which is the
very
most important thing. It is 100%. It's that confidence, because you can have the skills, but if you're not confident in throwing or utilizing or grappling with those skills, it means nothing, right? Application.
Yeah, that's it. And we've seen it with Dricus too, that mentality he had throughout the whole fight. It's just, for me, it's the number one part of being a fighter in the sport, like coming in with that confidence and that mindset. Because like you said, you could be the most skillful guy, but if on the day you're not feeling confident or doubting yourself too much, like then it's or hoping something doesn't happen in the fight, it's just
As
that's already
say,
confidence back.
As you say, Danny, as a fighter, you can't have you should not have any doubts in your mind. Once you're in that caged in that ring, in that octagon, whatever it is, and you've signed and you've done the prep, it's about putting into practice what the game plan is and obviously reacting during the fight. Outside of that, there's no, if I get taken down, shit, what I'm going to do, or I can't take these heavy blows, because you're supposed to have been training for that shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to be ready, prepare. Otherwise, you're just going to come across, because I know this myself with my last few outings, you're just going to come across someone who's, just a bit more complete, a bit more confident, because they've put in the extra work, and you'll get found out.
Oh, you will, as you know, you 100% will. But I mean, what more? I mean, you still need to train within the eight-limbed beautiful arts. But what more can you learn? Let's say, is there more for you to actually learn?
It's not like a case of learning things. It's just getting more sharp, more conditioned, and building that cardio. And there's always things to learn, right? Your different combos and your react, it's just getting your body like reacting to
muscle memory.
Yeah, exactly. So you still always learning, right? It's always martial arts. It's always going to be
constant. Yeah, of course. And you'll think that you've mastered one technique, and then you'll be in a training session with somebody, and you're doing it that. Oh, okay.
That's it.
Okay. So I don't need to apply as much pressure here. I can just flick it, and okay. That makes sense now. That makes sense.
Yeah. Exactly, because your best tools, which you say for something, and they're your best tools, and they're not working on that person, you got to be you can have the other tools sharp as well.
100%, full.
But I'll say this though too. What I've like from reflection, always happens when you have losses, and in life in general, you always reflect. And I look back at like my training schedule, and because in my mind it's like Muay Thai is always going to be a big goal of mine. That's the first. That's what's possible, the first getting to the top, that level again. Um, so still heavily training in that sport, but when you have like a MMA, another discipline coming in,
Yes.
it's not like I can't. My old mindset was like I'll do my striking and Muay Thai classes, and then I'll do my grappling in the MMA gym.
Yeah.
But for one, being in different locations, it's yeah, not the best. That I don't like being in too many places now. For training, different people, different ideas, different coaches got different mentalities. Just becomes
Yes.
and yeah, just being very like I'm going to my Muay Thai class for, and I got an MMA fight coming up. I'm doing like 3 rounds, 3 minute rounds on the pads, but just blasting pads, and it's not very good when you go into MMA fight when you really should be picking your shots. And yeah,
Indeed.
I get that. I get like anxious, like if we're just standing there, like I need to go in, and that heavily comes from, or like a lot of the Muay Thai training is about going, like
Going.
you gotta stand there. So
And
yeah, just
also you've only got 3 minutes versus a 5 minute bat.
ah, for sure, exactly, total different, yeah, time frame.
Time frame, the pacing of it, you can flip in, you can go in the 3 minutes, but at the same time, it's a total different space over a longer span.
Yeah,
It's a salute, and tip my hat for you to be able to be as disciplined and get to the level where you are in these sports, these three separate sports. So trustfully, we're gonna. Well, or do you already know? Is it going to be a prime card, a numbered card, or are you going to be at Lupini?
nah, it'd just be a prime card, their monthly show.
Excellent.
Yeah, October's looking like the go. Could change, but just in my mind, just keeping the body ready, building that confidence.
Mm,
But
mhm.
yeah, hey, and I always wanted to have a long break after my last one. Actually, the one before that one a long break, but yeah, just now it's been good just to have some time to yourself and then get back in there.
And focus, as you say, focus, sharpen the tools, add more tools, take the tool belt off, replace the tool belt, put some other new
Yeah,
tools in there. It's a constant thing. It's a constant thing. We and being in the sport and training others, you can sometimes become complacent because you can just go through the motions. Muscle memory. Okay, you do this. This is a trip. Da, da, da. But you're not necessarily doing it. You
yeah,
just so it's good sometimes just to reevaluate, just and just to almost be like that young kid again, that young child who's
yeah,
just first learned how to do the judo throw or the catch and sweep. Have that sort of vigor sometimes.
yeah. No, 100% agree. Because it's good to be able to like get back into being like going to training to learn, being present in the training,
Mhm.
um, not thinking of that future date. I need to do more, or it's just like you lose that skill learning a little bit because you got kind of worrying about a big date, how fit you're gonna go. That's me anyway. Like, how fit am I gonna be? I need to be fit.
Well, and in your case, you're not a weight bully or nothing, so it's not a case of you having to cut loads of weight and stuff to obtain that particular weight. It's about preparation skill wise, having that
Yeah,
strength and conditioning going.
yeah, man. I look at my like, look, it's been my weight cuts haven't been the best the last couple of fights, and this fight I'll be stepping up just because it's been a bit of a battle, and that's not so good when you're kind of focusing on making the weight. That's the main
Mm.
goal when you're in the cage, and that's where it affects confidence and kind of thing. So yeah, it definitely was being a bit of a challenge. Like starting off in the strawweight division, easy breeze, walk in the park, but it's kind of got a little bit harder over the years to the point where it's like, okay, now it's just got to fight shit. What's the focus? Make it weight.
Is that down to your metabolism with age?
I guess so. That's what
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, the metabolism wise, just with age.
Hmm. It does it. Father Time's undefeated, as they say. But I mean, and you've got to wait for a long time, but maybe you want to, and this is obviously down to yourself and your coaches and stuff, but maybe you want to put on a little bit more mass so you can have a little bit more of a size advantage. Is this a permanent move up?
Not a permanent, no, no, no. Just yeah, just
Yeah.
basically, um, yeah, just letting them know like this is where I'm at. This is
Hmm.
where I want to be. This is the weight I want to do it. If I'm gonna, yeah, fight by this date, kind of thing. So
Whatever opportunity presents
yeah,
itself, in a sense. Yeah. Makes sense. It makes sense. We make that trip again. We don't know where it will be, but it will be fun. And one events are always excellent, excellent viewing material. One thing I will say is obviously they're clearly going in a lot more of a Muay Thai kickboxing direction versus the mixed martial arts where they was quite heavy during lockdown and stuff. Um, it's good because it's exposing me again more to the beautiful eight-limb art. But we still need to see more of these MMA fights, man. We need to sneak some more in here and there, get at least two, or at least three fights per card. We need to, and some of the names as well. Wow, it's interesting.
yeah, it is right. I don't really know. Like, yeah, I guess, yeah, it's I definitely agree. Needs to. It'd just be good if yeah, there's a lot more fights for everyone, kind of thing.
They've
But
got the
yeah,
roster.
definitely,
Hmm.
exactly.
But I guess only boss man knows Chachi Sijitong.
Yeah, that's it.
He's the man with the master
Yeah,
plan.
I did hear there's going to be more MMA fights, but yeah, I don't know. You hear a lot of things, and just don't know.
Hmm. There's a big horizon. There's lots of events coming up, man. There's lots of big fights happening. Um, it's just gonna be fun. There's not there's not enough hour like when it comes to Thursday, sometimes PFL or PFL slash Bellator will have an event on. You've got the local scene like Cage Warriors will be on a Friday as well. Octagon, this is like a European German company. Their
Yeah,
production value is really good, man. It is really good.
too much octagon.
No. Um, but then, as I say, from your Thursday through to Sunday, unless there's some kind of major American holiday, you've got everything. And I come home from work generally on a Friday a bit later, sorry, a bit earlier. So I'll get home for lunch, and one Friday Fights is on, so I'm eating my lunch, and I'm watching it live, and then it's just there's not enough hours in the day to
That
consume
yeah,
all of this
yeah,
material.
definitely in the best era at the moment for martial arts, for viewing on TV everywhere in general. Being here in Vegas, there's the sense of like how big the UFC and martial arts actually is here. Like like it's just everyone knows it. It's not odd to see a random poster somewhere, on the street. So
Hmm. Hmm.
very yeah, big town, and obviously you got the UFC owners, past owners, whatever, owning a lot of the casinos here. So it's just a
Yeah.
big influence in Las Vegas.
And what's your thoughts on the Performance Institute?
I
Is it
haven't been there. I'll see it tomorrow. So yeah, I haven't been. But
ah
it looks big, looks good.
because apparently on this there's supposed to be there's supposed to be renovations taking place. Pardon self.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I think they're supposed to be
Yeah, they,
extending it or something. That would be pretty cool.
right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know.
I don't think Dana
There was
fully
that.
knows. I don't think Dana fully knows the plans because when they asked him if it's going to be shot, he was like, "Ah, it's being shot. The PI, I don't know about that."
Yeah, I've seen Frank Mir the other day here. He
Yeah.
was uh it's the Craig Jones Invitational. So there's been two big grappling events here in Vegas on the same week. ADCC and Craig Jones Invitational, who purposely put the event in that time just to squash, and he's done a really good job at it. I think Craig Jones Invitational is going to be the new big
Yeah.
hierarchy of
It,
BJJ no gi grappling competitions.
and that's due to, from my little understanding of that world, it's because the ADC, they're not paying hardly anything,
Yeah,
are they? Which is
yeah.
ridiculous.
I've been told like you get paid nothing to compete, and then only the winner gets 10,000 USD. I think that, and that's the pinnacle. That's like
Yeah, the creme de la creme.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It made so as a young, you know, jujitsuist, that's the right words. How do you compete? That's the pinnacle. You do it local on your team club, camp versus camp kind of thing. And then you go to a local competition, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh, the pinnacle is going here, but then you're spending this money, you're doing the training, you're going here to get other looks and 10,000. Oh, well, this isn't going to be a viable means for me to sustain myself as a career.
yeah. Especially as a competing career. BJJ guys really good. The videos that they like put out, the seminars, big money in that. BJJ athletes, and it's a big community. BJJ is very very big around the world. So yeah, it's like they make their money through that way. But yeah, it's a bit laughable when you're talking about top level competition for that type of money. But it's changing now. So yeah, it's cool to see there's been some big people in town in the martial arts world.
Yes. And Craig defeated Gabby, didn't he?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
again, it's not my world, but based upon her size, she's supposed to be very good, like really skilled and stuff. I mean, I didn't watch the whole match. I just saw him, doing a submission. I don't
yeah.
know. I just thought she might be able to do a little bit more.
He's playing around with her a bit, and yeah, he's
Fun.
just having fun with it. It's been a long build up. I remember years ago when there was that he said something that he wanted to fight it. I'm butchering it now, but yeah, it's been a long. If you know it, like why that's come about, like you would laugh about it.
Yeah, he's doing a good thing, and as you say, trustfully, it was a success, and it can move forward, and that will be the new pinnacle and the new A card. And another thing, I mean, the Turk El Al Sheikh, or is that the guy over in Saudi getting all the boxes and all that? Maybe he should dip his toes into this and start paying huge sums of money to these grapplers.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's a big exactly. It's a big industry,
It's a
and
massive
it's
industry.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. A lot of gyms popping up, even in my state, Perth. It's popular. Like especially with the parents putting their kids into a sport. A lot of them don't want to do like the striking,
Yeah.
which I get, like head damage, everything. So BJJ is like very popular amongst the younger community, and it's only gonna keep growing.
Skyrocket. And I think it's, as we've said, I think we spoke about this last time. It's so vital for children to get involved into some kind of sport, especially a combat sport. It's vital for confidence, for discipline, for socialization, for protection in these interesting times that we're in at the moment. It's so vital. Rather than having them with tablets and all that technology and stuff, get them working, get their heart pumping, get them actually moving and shaking.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what you'll be doing on your next holiday, hey, in
Eh,
Barbados.
exactly. I'll be running up and down them beaches. So,
No.
Danny, I don't want to take too much of your time.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. Is there anything else you would like to impart before we hit the road, sir?
No, no. Thanks for the chat. Always good chatting to you, Noble. So yeah, not off the top of my head. We covered a bit, and yeah, I'll
Oh,
probably leave this Oh, probably should we should spoke about that, but it's been nice.
Of course, of course. And of course, we will catch up sooner rather than later, closer to
Yep.
your fight date. And as everything's been announced, we'll have another catch up and we'll examine your opponent and see your keys to victory, sir.
That sounds great. Hey, yeah, I can't wait to share it all when it all gets finalized and everything. Then yeah, you get to
So,
chat about.
most definitely. It's been a pleasure as always. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will put the links below for Danny's Instagram page. We out.